Morning, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to day 3 on Project Red Devil. The 500 Abarth, stolen, recovered. This should be the final video. Let's show you what we've got left to do. Let's go. Okay, so you can notice there that the wheel's off. So one of the things that's left to do, I've literally just done, which is stick that grille back on. So I've used some epoxy resin, glue, 2-part stuff, warmed it up with the air gun, with the heat gun, and I've just stuck it back. So I'm just going to leave it there for a little while to go off a bit more before I put the wheel back on, because we do need to move the car before the end of the day. So what I'm going to do now, while it's up in the air, we're going to give it a go, and I'm going to make a start on this over here. So I'm just going to wash it down. Well, actually, there's no point washing it down. I'm just going to cover stuff up, and I'm going to have a little go at this. I think that we'll just need a tiny bit of a rub down and a little bit of paint. I'm going to try and keep the paint into an absolute minimum, because being red, you often have trouble matching, and I really don't want to have any problems matching the colour. So let's get everything set up, ready to go. We'll get this rubbed down, we'll get some filler in there. There's a bit of a dent, so we need to get some filler in there, just a little bit. We'll let that go off. I might even just use dolphin glaze, to be honest, because it's tiny. It's about 0.5 millimetre deep, if that. I can't pull it out. It's not going to be able to pull out. Even if I pulled it out, it would need to be filled anyway. So I'm just going to rub it down, fill it. We'll let it go off for an hour, and then we'll rub it down. We want to see if I can, by the end of today, see if we can get this in paint and potentially clear coat as well. And just hope it's going to match. Fingers crossed. Right, that's all stuck nicely. So I've just put the arch liner back on. I just need to get one of the access panels. Virtually every car I get has missing access panels. I just bought a load of them on AliExpress. I think I bought 20 of them. Seems to be the cheapest place, and if you buy them in bulk, they get cheaper. Yeah, I think hopefully I think they're different on the Sport, but I think they're the same on the Abarth as they are on the Lounge and Pop. I know obviously the new shape ones are different. Just put some filler on there, whether that'll be enough or not. As I'm trying to keep trying to keep filler and paint down to a minimum on this. So whether it'll need any more or not, I don't know. It might need a bit more. But I'll get it rubbed down in about an hour once it's gone off, and then I'll get another thin coat on. And I say I would like to get it in, at least get some paint on it today, even if it's not the clear coat, but hopefully I can. So I will be back. Right, I've put a couple of coats on that. I might even need a bit more. It's funny, when you do those little small areas, no matter how much you seem to put filler on, you always seem to need more. It always seems to leave a divot. Don't know why. So yeah, it's getting dark now. As you can see, the lights are coming on, and those lights are on as well. And I've got the heater on in the car, along with the dehumidifier. I'll leave the heater on for about an hour, and then I'll leave the dehumidifier on overnight. And hopefully it'll be nice and dry in the morning. And of course the seats are in the conservatory, so we'll get them all back in. Anyway, I will see you oh, by the way, I went round and touched the wheels up. It's not the right colour, it's the colour that you use for the Sport wheels. But when you're standing here, you can just barely see it. It takes the eye off it. It's not the right colour. I don't know what the right colour is, but it will do. It will just take, they weren't that bad, to be honest. It's only a few bits around the edges, but it makes it better. So we're nearly there, aren't we, really? So I think once we've done this tomorrow, going out of focus, once we've done this bit tomorrow, or whilst we're doing that bit tomorrow, I'll probably do the exhaust. I do need to get the seats back in, ideally, so I may leave that till next week. We'll see. I might go back to the blue car tomorrow if the seats aren't dry, but we'll see. So I'll see you tomorrow anyway. We're in primer. I ended up with 4 coats of filler on that. It's finally good. So, as I said, I've masked it off because I don't want the primer to go too far, because I don't want paint to go too far. So I'm just waiting for that to flash off. I'll probably give it half hour to dry. I'll give it a helping hand with a heat gun. I'll knock that back, and we'll get some top coat on. And I'd like to. It's quite a decent day today, so it's not too cold. So I would like to get it in clear coat by the end of the day. Hopefully, it's just whether the paint matches or not, really. But fingers crossed. I'll make the best job of it I can anyway. That's all I can do, isn't it, really? I'm going to polish the whole car afterwards anyway. But yeah, you just have to make the best job you can of it. Right, there's my repair. Absolutely cracking. You cannot see that at all. Absolutely fantastic. Took me long enough. 4 lots of filler. So it's all painted, obviously. It's lacquered. Just needs a good polish. Shows the rest of the car up, doesn't it? Maybe I should have painted the entire car. Would have taken a lot of cans of paint, wouldn't it? But yeah, it really does. And obviously the bit on the bumper is repaired as well now, which is good. Only the little scratch, but it didn't need any filler. It just needed a little bit of a rub down. But yeah, nice. It's come out really nice. I'm really pleased with it. The whole car needs a polish, but we'll do this back half on Monday. Be in this video. But I have been a busy boy today. I'm going to do a separate video on it, but I've finally started to sort the garage. Finally. So I'm not going to go into it on this video, because I am going to do another video on it. I need to get these seats back in this now. The sun has been on the conservatory today, so I think they're going to be dry. So yeah, I just need to get them in. And then I'm not going to bother filming putting the seats in. And then we'll call it a day today on this. I've not really done anything on it today apart from this, because I've been doing this stuff in the garage. So come Monday, today's Thursday, I'm working tomorrow and I'm working the weekend, so we'll be back out on Monday, and on Monday we'll polish this up. I might come out here tomorrow on my lunch break or something and polish it up, but if not, we'll polish that up Monday and we'll get this exhaust done on Monday. And then, apart from the final clean on the inside, another clean on the outside, and a polish and a wax, it's done. And there is someone on the channel that is interested in it. They messaged me right at the very beginning, so I'll have to send them a message. And I didn't really want to do it until I've send them a message until I've done the exhaust, just in case there's an issue. I don't think there will be, but just in case. Yeah, maybe I'll leave it till Monday. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how that's come out. Colour is brilliant. Once I polished it in, you won't see the join, but obviously we'll clean the whole car, give it a real proper clean, and give it just a one-stage polish. I can't stop looking at that. It's come out so well, really well. Yeah. Anyway, you're bored looking at it now, aren't you? So I will see you on Monday, and that'll be it. Morning, welcome back. So I'm hoping that today is going to be the final day on this car. I'd forgotten about those actually. We've got some light scratches in the bumper there, so hopefully I can polish those out. I think they probably will polish out. Should do. We're going to polish up my magnificent bit of painting around there, which matches perfectly. Well, I'm going to polish the whole car actually. It might be a bit difficult to film today because yet again it's really windy. I'm just sort of standing inside the garage to keep out the wind. So the reason it's down the drive is because apart from the clean and the polish, the last thing we need to do is do the exhaust. I actually took the car out this morning. I had to go and feed my sister's cats, and I took it for a blast over to my sister's, and it drives like a dream. Considering this is an entry level, I'm not even sure what the BHP is of these. Is it 140, 145? I'm not sure. Might actually be less than that, I'm not sure. But it drives like an absolute dream, and it goes like stink. Really quick. Yeah, there's no creaks, bangs, anything that shouldn't be there. Yeah, really nice drive. So unfortunately I've got my neighbour's car here today, which is not in the way, but it's better if it's not there, but it's not in the way as such. So I am just going to pull it forward, get the ramps out, get it up on the ramps so we raise the back of the car up, and then we'll do it that way. As I said, last time I did one on the grey car, I didn't have the bumper on, which did make it easier. I'm not taking the bumper off. At least I don't think I'm going to take the bumper off, unless I have to. If I have to, then I'll take it off. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, let's get on. Right, I decided to put it up on stands instead. It wasn't high enough up on the ramps. I just couldn't get to the couldn't get high enough. Couldn't get underneath properly, and I decided to take the bumper off. Twofold, really. It was quite difficult to get to with the Abarth bumper. It's even worse trying to get to the hangers, the exhaust hangers, and also I thought once the wheels are off, I can give the wheels a good, give the brakes a good clean, give the arch liners a clean, and get the old acid on the wheels as well. So I spent ages trying to figure out what size the bolt was on the clamp. Now, you know, when I'm sure a lot of you have seen, not just on Fiat 500s, but on cars in general, when you have that the clamps on the back box where it joins the main pipe, you often see where they say it's missing. I spent ages trying to figure out what size bolt it was. When I found the right size, I put a socket on it, and it just came off in my hand. So luckily I've got a load of these in different sizes, so I need to obviously figure out the right size, but that makes it easier. Didn't have to struggle getting that rusty bolt undone, so it just fell off. I think that happened to me last time as well, so I think I'll try that in future. Just put a screwdriver in there and prise it, and it'll probably come off. I suppose it's going to be the original, isn't it? It's going to be the original exhaust as well. Also, having the bumper off, this has quite clearly never ever been cleaned before behind here. And why would it have been? Why would the bumper have been off unless it's been in an accident, which it hasn't, of course. So we'll give all that a clean up afterwards as well. So now we've got that main bolt off. Let me take you under there and have a look. Bear with me a sec. Right, so as you can see, exhaust goes over there and it joins just there. That's the joining point where that thing has just disintegrated. I don't know where the other bit of it's gone. Maybe it sort of rusted itself to the pipe itself. And as you can see, as you've already seen, it's quite bad under here. We've got bits here at the back that we didn't even know about, which are flaking off. I'm trying to keep away from it because I don't want rusty metal going in my eyes, even though I've got glasses on, of course. Yeah, it's quite bad. It doesn't blow, you know, nothing wrong with the exhaust on it as it is, as such. This is a bit crusty as well. It's only on the surface, it's solid, but it's only on the surface, but we'll give that a wire brush. Might get some paint on it as well. It's got some Monroe shocks on it as well, so it's had new shocks. Let me just get out from under here. This is most awkward. Hang on, let me put my camera down. I'm trying to do it one-handed. Oh, to have a ramp, eh? Oh. The cross I have to bear. Where are we? Yeah, here you go. Got some Monroe shocks which look quite new. Sorry, would help if I pointed the camera at them. They're just a bit dirty, so I'll get it all cleaned under here. Brake pads are virtually new, and that disc is quite new as well. You can see it's still silver coloured there. There's no lips, completely flat. So they're probably done the same time. This has quite clearly been a looked after car, quite clearly. But this is the thing about, you know, what I do, and I always say to my customers, you know, that when I buy a crashed car, or even a not a crashed car, by the time I've done them, I've done things to them that they were better than before it was crashed. This is a case in point. This exhaust has probably been like this for some time, but because it wasn't blowing, the owner was sort of, what's the point in replacing it? But you know, they've done the other things. They've done the brakes, they've done the shocks, they've done the cam belt, they've done all that, they've serviced it recently. So all that sort of stuff's been done, and probably once it was blowing, obviously they would have changed it, I expect. But you know, that's what I'm doing now. So this will go out the door better than it was when I got it, or better than it was before it was stolen, I should say, and a lot cleaner, that's for sure. And of course with me repaired damage done as well. Right, so I've got my little tool to get the if I can find the damn thing, to get those rubber hangers off. If you remember on the last project, the last Abarth I did, I had a problem, and I managed to find a tool to get those rubbers off, because in the past I've had to cut them with a knife, but there is a tool to get them off, and they actually come off quite easy. Let me just hope I can find it. Right, it might be a bit difficult to show you this, so it's nearly off. So what you do is, this is the tool, and what you do is you put that piece, the back piece, the bit closest to you, goes this side, and that bit goes onto the other end, and then when you compress it, yes please, oh okay, thank you, and when you compress it, it pushes it through, and it's almost through. So all I'm going to just kind of do is get a pry bar in there. I can't film this, it's impossible for me to film it. I'm nearly there. What I should have done probably is take that little outer bit off first. Has it got an outer bit? Yeah, it has. That's like a little bit of elastic. I'm not sure if that's meant to come off first. I have taken them off in the past. I completely forgot about it this time. It's like a little strap that goes around it. So yeah, nearly there on this one. And then we'll go over to the other side. But it might be easier to show you on the other side actually, because there's less in the way, I think. Yeah, possibly. We'll try anyway. Right, so I think with this one, it's the other way around. So I think with this one, you have to get it that way around. So you get that at the back, and then you push that through. So it's easier, this one, much easier. And what you also can do, you can cheat on this one. You can actually, oh no, you can't undo it because it's welded to it. The extra bracket, because you get that extra bracket on the Abarth rear beam. So yeah, I think from memory, I think it's easier, these ones. I think to get them back on, we'll get some washing up liquid in there as well. But I'm going to try and set you up on a tripod. I'm not sure whether it's going to be able to see it or not, but we'll give it a go so you can see what I'm doing. I think that's in focus. I put it around the other side and it was focusing on the arch liner. But this one, as I say, you can see it now, so hopefully this one should be easier. So you get that behind there, and then you push. Oh, it's moving the camera. Why is it moving the camera? I don't know. And then you push, 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 and then you've got to get that rubber out. It takes some doing. I'm sure there's, I say an easier way, but you get it so far. See, the other one I gave up on trying to get the final bit out. Yeah, be a much better way of doing it, I think. Yeah, 10 mil. There we go. Not sure I can get anything on the other one because the actual bracket's in the way. Alright. Yeah, I can't get anything on the other one because the exhaust's in the way. Oh, how annoying. Right. Maybe it's because the exhaust needs to go back, and because I've got it lifted up on the jack. Let's just release that. Let's try it again now. Oh, that's better. Yeah, that was why. And I can now get to that bolt as well. Just. Yeah, that's definitely the better way of doing it. Hopefully the same will apply with the other side now. But that tool is so useful because it's really difficult. That's one bit that is really difficult to get undone, these rubbers. As I say, in the past I've cut them, and then of course I've had to source new ones, which isn't necessarily that easy either. And that should now just pull off. There you go. Right, I did it. Reason I was struggling with it then, I'll just move this. But the reason I was struggling with it then, because I had it jacked up, it was pushing this piece too close to the to this, and therefore I couldn't get the tool in. As soon as I let the jack release, it did it straight away. So that's good. So yeah, one goes in from one way and one goes in from the other, and you put the other one on afterwards. So now, hopefully that joint isn't all rusted shut, and I can wiggle it from side to side and pull it. That's what I did before, and it just came out. That's what I did on the last one. So I'm just going to put some gloves on and we'll give it a go. I'm just trying to remember how, when I put the new one on, how I went about it, because I assume that I must have pushed it in and clamped it up before I put it on the hangers, because of course you can't do it the other way around, can you? But I can't remember, so hopefully there you go, just like that. Heavy. Oh, what's happened? It's got stuck on here again. Oh well, what the hell's happened there? Oh, of course it's got another hanger on the back, hasn't it? I forgot it had this other hanger on the back. Ha. Oh damn. I thought, what's going on? Hopefully this will push off easy enough using the tool. There we go. Take the weight. There we go. Yeah, I forgot that I had that extra one. That's it. Off. I was going to say just like that, but it wasn't a 5-minute job. But it's off now. There it is. Oh, take my gloves off. That's fit for the scrap man. In fact, I'll give him a message now and say, I've got that exhaust off if you want it. Oh, we just got to hope we can get the other one on. Okay. Right, let's get rid of this out of the way, and then we'll go and get the other one out of the garage. Think about how we're going to do it. Excuse the wind. So as I say, I can't remember, because obviously it's quite heavy, isn't it? So you've got to get under there, or you've got to feed it under. I suppose you can feed it over the top, maybe support it with a jack, maybe. I need to find my gun, not gun gum, it's exhaust paste, because obviously you put exhaust paste round to seal it as it goes into the joint. We'll clean the joint up on the actual exhaust pipe itself. We'll get some sandpaper on that. Yeah, so I'm thinking out loud. I'll be back in a minute once I've got the exhaust out. It's difficult to film, but so what I've done, I've hooked it over the back axle. I've jacked it up on this side. I've then inserted in just into the hanger there, just so I can get underneath it. I've got the Holt's exhaust assembly paste. What I forgot to show you, which I'll try and show you once it's on, is the bracket that grips and squeezes the pipe onto the main pipe. There's actually a welded part on it, and I need to put a nut and bolt through it, and I've got no nuts and bolts big enough. So what I'm gonna try and do is put another clamp on a little bit further up, and then I'll have to get a nut and bolt long enough, which needs to be about 80mm, and then tighten that up. That's the only way I can do it, and now my torch has just given up the ghost. Yeah, that's really the only way I can do it, unfortunately. So I'm going to get underneath now. I've already cleaned it all up. I'm going to get underneath, get the gum on it, connect it up underneath, and then we'll try and, without disturbing it, try and connect it up properly on the other two hangers, and then push it into the final hanger properly. That should be okay to do it that way, and then we'll have to go out and try and see if we can get a nut and bolt. Right, that's it, done. It's on, and luckily I found a clamp. So what I've done is I've put the clamp immediately in front, so I've hammered it on to make sure it was hammered as far on as it went, and it did move up a little bit, so it's in more than it was, and I put the exhaust paste around it, and then I put another clamp on. So I haven't used the clamp that's welded on, I've used another one instead, so that'll be fine. That'll be absolutely fine. Yeah, it's pushed onto all the rubbers. Job done. That's good. Pleased about that. I won't know. If you remember when I did the grey Abarth, which had the rear damage, we thought that there was more damage to the car than there actually was, because when you looked at the exhaust tips from above, or sort of up here when the bumper's on, that exhaust tip was a lot further in, and all it was where it hit, it had pushed it, and it just pushed it further onto the rubber. So they are adjustable. So we don't know until we get the bumper on as if it's in the right place or not. You can't tell from where it is at the moment. So yeah, done. Not as difficult as I thought it was going to be. Of course, it's not the first one I've done. It's the third one I've done. Right, that's a bit better. I will go over the light apertures once the bumper's back on again with some elbow grease. But yeah, I mean, that was mainly mud. But yeah, that's better. I thought what I'd do in here, because it's quite dirty in here, is I'll actually go over that I'll get the jet wash. I've cleaned the shocks, and I'll just go over it with the jet wash over the arches. I've already done the front ones. So yeah, I think I'm just going to get it all back together again now. Get the bumper back on. Right, there you go. All back on. And I have polished up the tips. They were quite black around the centre one. Oh no, it's a reflection. Yeah, that one's lovely as well. Yeah, all back together. All I've got to do now before I get the wheel, I'm going to clean the wheels and just jet wash under there. I'll get some pre-wash under there. Right, that's both wheels cleaned. Both wheel arches cleaned with the jet wash, all the brakes and everything under there, suspension and everything cleaned. Now we need to get it cleaned and polished on the outside. So right, that's it all cleaned and toweled off. It is quite shiny anyway, but I'm just going to let it dry off naturally in the air. It's not a very warm day, there's no sun, but I'm just going to let it dry off a bit more and then we'll polish it. There was one other thing that I remembered that I needed to do, which I didn't discover until the back end of last week. So as you know, I put that grill back on there, and while I was under the engine bay, I thought to myself, let's top up the washer fluid. So I topped the washer fluid up, walked away, and as I turned round, it was all running down the driveway. And I think it's drained the whole lot. There's nothing coming out of the washers at all. So what I'm hoping is the pump has got dislodged. Problem is, of course, I've got to take the wheel off again, and wheel arch liner, peel that wheel arch liner back again, and see if we can get in there. If I have to change it, I don't think I'm going to be able to do it without dropping at least the one side of the bumper down, which is really annoying. I don't want to have to take the bumper off. Hopefully I can get to it, and if it is just the pump that's come out and it's a matter of just pushing it in, so whatever has caused that grille to come out could potentially be something to do with it. I mean, there's no damage to the bumper, but it's clearly not working. So we need to get to the bottom of that. So hopefully we can do that as well today. But polishing at the moment is the most important thing. Once that's done and we clean up the inside, then we'll attack that. If that has to wait till tomorrow morning, so be it. But yeah, so I'm just going to leave it for a few minutes, start getting all the polish and what have you out, and then we'll get started on it. I'm not going to film it. I will just show you it afterwards. Fortunately, I've ruined it. Look at the state of it. Excuse my language. The wind has caused this. I heated it up all nicely with the air gun. I was doing it all nicely, and then the wind got hold of it and it got stuck to the bonnet in the wrong place. So it's completely ruined. So I'm going to take it all off. I am so annoyed. So I'm just going to have to forget about it. So it's pretty much all polished now. Oh, God's sake, I'm really pissed off about that. Absolutely. I have got another one, but you know what? I'm not going to bother. I'll put them on cars in the summer, but it's a waste of time. This weather is just ruins. If wind isn't destructive enough, it has to pissing well do that as well. I should have known better, really. Oh well. Let's just get on, take it off, heat it up again, take it off, get some wax on this car, and then get the inside cleaned. Oh man, I am so pissed off. Right, I've calmed down now. I was angry, as you could tell, but this is all waxed now. The final things are the bumpers and the skirts. Everything else is waxed and buffed up. This wax is beautiful stuff. It's really easy to put on, really easy to get off, and it's got a lovely deep shine to it. Bearing in mind I have polished the car to a degree. I've not gone mental polishing it, but it just looks so nice. And I will put some easy coat over the top of it as well. Whew, but I'll do that tomorrow. Yeah, let me show you it in case you're not familiar with it. This was recommended to me by Sean in the Isle of Wight. It's Japanese, Soft 99, King of Gloss. Can't remember how much it was, can't remember where I bought it. But I'm sure Sean will comment on if you want to get some. I'm sure Sean will comment as to where you can get it from. I'll have a search. I might have got it on Amazon, I can't remember. Don't think I did. I think I bought it from the place that he recommended. Not sure they sell it on Amazon. I'll have a look. If they do, then I'll stick a link to it. But yeah, and it's got a lovely, lovely smell as well. It's one of the nicest wax, if not the nicest wax I think I've ever used. Would have rather done it in the summer, but I'm just waiting for it to haze over on the bumpers and the skirts, and then we'll buff that off, and then that'll be that finished, and then we can clean the windows, because the windows are absolutely filthy. I think that's forensic dust on them still. It seems to be on the inside. And yeah, finishing off, and then once we've finished off cleaning all the bits on the inside, which isn't much, as I say, it's just the dash really, bits of the dash, the rest of it's already done. And we got to do what I didn't do when I washed it, is that there, it's filthy in there. I'll go over that with the, I usually just go over that with the elbow grease, but if you could feel this paintwork, if you had Feely Vision, that is so silky smooth, it's incredible. What a car. Love it. Absolutely love it. Anyway. Right, it's the next day. First of all, excuse the wind. It's an extremely windy day again today. Right, I'm under here. Let me just get the camera in there. So, what I forgot about, of course, you've got the intercooler there. Now, you can see the bottle there. I think there are different bottles in this. I didn't realise they were not the same. I can see. Can you see the pump? The pump, not the pump, but the pipe. That is sort of flopping about where it should be pressed into a little recess, which you probably can't see. Let me get a torch in there. Hang on. You might be able to see better. So there's a recess just to the right of the pump. Don't know if you can see it, and that's where that's meant to go. And I think it's flapping about in there, the pump. As you can see, the level is right at the very bottom. So it's probably, chances are, that's come out. But because the intercooler's there, I can't get to it. I think they must be different bottles, because the pump is normally on the front. But I think this one's on the side. I think I can just about see it, I think. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have a get my hand round there and have another look. I might even take the arch liner out completely, because if I can do it without taking the bumper off, that's what I want to do. So yeah, I'm going to take the arch liner out and see if I can get to it, because you know it's all right by doing this, but unless I think the screws are rusted solid by the looks of them. But yeah, we'll get it off, see what we can do with it. I'll be back. Right, I couldn't get to it. I couldn't get one of the bolts, the nuts undone on the, or screws rather, on the arch liner, so I've pulled it back as best I can. It's just the thread's completely rounded. There's no way I'm getting that off. So what I thought I'd do is take one corner of the bumper off. Now I can get in there, but it appears I can't actually see the pump, even shining the torch in there, I can't actually see it. I'm assuming it's there, of course. I think it must be sort of here, down here somewhere, at the back of the, what do you call it, the panel, slam panel. But I just can't get to it, so I think the only thing I can do is unbolt the intercooler thing, radiator, whatever you call it. And then if I can drop that down out of the way, then hopefully it's going to be behind that and I can get to it. So I think it's just one bolt on that bracket there. Sorry for the camera work. One 10mm bolt on that bracket. And I think from memory it just sort of sits in there. So if I can do, I know obviously it's got a hose on it, but if I can just sort of pull it out of the way. This is a bloody nuisance. Wish I'd done this right at the beginning. I just can't see in there. I can't. I'm assuming there is a pump in there. I see the pipe, but I can't see where it goes. Excuse the wind. I'm not even sure I can get to that bolt, obviously easy there. Oh, sorry, not even pointing the camera at it. I can get to that bolt, but I'm not even sure where the other bolt is. I can't even see it. It's normally down the other side, but sorry. Difficult to point the camera in the right place. No, I can't see. I'm going to get that off, get that intercooler disconnected, and yeah, see if I can get to it that way. What a pain in the arse this is. Right, I reckon someone's had an issue with this. There's a possibility it's broken. If I shine the torch in there, so I've dropped this out of the way. If you look down there, you can see the round bit down there. Let me point at it. I haven't got anything to point at it with. Down there, where my finger's pointing. There should be a bolt in there which holds this, and as you can see, that's loose. So someone's been in here before, possibly why that was off. I've scratched the bloody bonnet now, bumper now. Yeah, I don't know. Still can't see the pump. I don't know if the pump's around the other side or something. It's a ridiculous place to put it, wherever it is. But I'm going to take the whole thing out. That'll be easier. If I'd only known there was one bolt on it, then obviously I could have done it from here without taking the bumper off. But I'm hoping I'm not going to have to get. If it is a pump, I've probably got a pump. If it's the same, the bottle's certainly not the same. Again, excuse the wind. I'm trying to shield it with my hand, but yeah, impossible to try and film in this weather. So I'll be back when I get this out. It's out. Someone's had this out before. I wonder. I'm going to have to test the pump because I don't know if it's actually working. So I had to undo the plug, which is dangling down there. It's really tight on the plug. It's not as easy as the 1.2 because it's at the back. So this is round the other way. So on the normal 1.2, the pump's at the front, but on this one, they decided to put it at the back. Stupid. So I need to. Yeah, I'm hoping it is working. As I say, I do. If they're the same, if the pumps are the same, then hopefully it'll work. But I need to try and push it back into place, reconnect the pump, and then we'll try it. All I need is to get a noise from it, and then I can top it up. This is really difficult. Not easy at all. It doesn't help with this bloody thing being in the way either. Might have to try and bend it back out of the way. Yeah, not easy at all. But yeah, it was definitely out, so hopefully that's all it is. There's no other way of getting to it, is there? You can't get to it from the top anywhere. That's the trouble when you've got these engines that take up the whole bloody engine bay. You've just got no room to work. Another daft design by Fiat. Why put the pump at the back? Stupidness. I wonder if you could get to it from... Actually, you could probably get to it from underneath. If you took the under tray off, you could probably get to it from underneath. But of course I didn't know that, and it's a pain in the arse getting the under tray off anyway. Right, let's continue. Right, that was a job and a half. I haven't bolted it up yet, but I couldn't get my hand in. I've cut all my hand up trying to get the plug back on. I reckon someone who did it before gave up on it. So I've tested the pump. I haven't got any fluid in there yet, but I just activated the pump and it made a noise. So I'm going to get it bolted back in, and then we'll fill it up. Before we put everything back together, we'll fill it up just to make sure that there's no leaks and that it's working properly. Oh my God, I don't want to have to do one of these again. What a pain in the arse. I wish I'd realised this at the beginning of the repair rather than when it's actually finished. Oh, right, okay, let's get on and we'll come back to you when we try it. Yeah, it's fine. That's good. It takes a lot less as well. It's a lot smaller, this one, than the standard 1.2. Right, okay. I'm just going to retest it before I put it all back together. I just want to make sure the pump. I did check the pump and it was coming out. I just wanted to double check that stuff's actually going to come out of it. Come on. Yes. Yes. Christ for that. Oh, this wind, man. Right, it's working and it's not leaking. Fantastic. Right, let's get all this back together, and then we need to go out and get a key cut so I can program a spare key in. Right, that's all back on. Thank God for that. Right, last thing I've got to do before I go and get this key cut is just give this engine bay a bit of a wipe over. It's a bit dirty. I've forgotten to do that, and I need to just top that up to the brim. It's virtually at the brim, but just need to top it up completely. And then we're done. As I say, then we'll go and get a key cut, and then we can come back, give it a final get the easy coat over it, and then it's finished. Okay, it's finished. All done. And it shines like a new pin. I've just taken it out for a spin again just to check everything's okay with that exhaust, which it is. It drives like an absolute dream. It's shining. It's not a new car, it's 10 years old, but this is as near, I would say, as near to showroom condition as you can get. It is shining and then some. Of course there's the odd little mark on it, tiny, but you would have to be really, really, really critical to find anything wrong with this car. It's absolutely spot on. The exhaust tips are shiny. The exhaust on it is only a year old. Still got a few of those little scratches which I've improved on, but you know, there it is. It's just stunning. Absolutely stunning. New tyres on the front. Everything works. It's serviced. It's cam belted. It's just brilliant. Obviously fixed that squirter. That now works. It's got new mats in it. I've just got a temporary mat on the top, over the top of the new mat. It's clean inside, and as you know, it was awful inside. It's all clean down there. I will give that another quick wipe over because I've just put the easy coat over it. It's polished, it's waxed, it's had easy coat on it. It's just beautiful, beautiful, absolutely stunning. Now, the subscriber from the channel who's interested in this wants to come down at the weekend, so he's coming down Saturday, and I can't see any reason why he wouldn't buy it. Yeah, I mean, it's just beautiful. Drives like a dream. What do you think? So, what do you think about Project Red Devil? I could keep touching up little bits of painting where it just needs that little bit of extra polishing. I could just go on. I've blacked up all the black plastics. I could keep going. It's done as much as I can do. I've spent a lot of time. I've spent much more time on this in getting the paintwork perfect, or as perfect as I can get it. I don't normally polish them. I don't normally cut them back, but I decided to do that on this one. Not in any massive detail, but I have done it. And I don't normally wax them, I have to say. That wax is normally just for my own cars. I don't normally wax them, but because of the colour of this and how good this colour looks when it's clean and shiny, I just couldn't resist on doing it. I've done the dressing on the tyres, the wheels clean, everything's clean. It's just beautiful. So that's the end, as I say, of Project Red Devil. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully this will be sold at the weekend. If he decides for any reason not to have it, it will be going on the mums group, and I don't think it will hang about long. So thanks for watching as always. Excuse this wind. Try and get out the wind a little bit. Thanks for watching. Oh, dark. Let me put the light on. That'll mess it up. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, if you're not a subscriber, click on the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up. We'll probably have more Abarths in the future. This is only the third Abarth I've done, but I'm sure there'll be more. There's another project coming soon, but we need to now get on with Project Bambi, because the person who's interested in Project Bambi, who I told 2 weeks ago it will be a couple of weeks, has literally messaged me 10 minutes ago saying, can we come and have a look this week? And unfortunately I've had to message them back and say, sorry, but I haven't touched it since I last texted you, because I've been getting this one finished. Obviously work gets in the way. I'm not doing this 24/7, or I'm not doing it 7 days a week, only on my days off. So unfortunately it is what it is. And I don't want to be put under pressure. I don't like being under pressure to get the cars finished. So I've told him, sorry, it's going to be another good couple of weeks. So that's it. Again, thanks for watching. Until the next one, take care, stay safe, and we'll see you soon.